So today I actually want to talk about the 4 website platforms that I think are the best for event planners and wedding planners. And if you're on a website right now, or if you're looking to get your website started, or even looking to switch providers, you really want to check out this video. Hi, I'm Jody Ann Roll, founder of the Event Certificate, and I'm not going to give you a long intro today. I'm just going to jump right in, especially if you've been following my channel for a while. So here's the thing. When you set out to get an event planning website up, you really want to get it done right to begin with. Even though you can always change later on, there's no rule that you cannot switch providers after you've decided on a platform. But what I want to do is I want to actually give you a review so that when you're making that decision, whether it's to set up a new website or to switch platforms, that you have the best information moving forward. Now, I'm a digital marketing expert and I work with event planners and wedding planners, so I can tell you a lot of what I've seen when I'm working with clients on their Facebook ads, setting up their lead magnets, setting up their mailing list, or just working on optimizing their SEO. So here's the thing that I found to be the best. This is number one. I'm starting off with the best one. So my preferred platform is WordPress. WordPress is hands down one of the best platforms out there if you want to get your website up and running. Now, I'm a little biased here because I have about 7 websites and they're all on WordPress. I know WordPress very well. It works very well. You get good SEO, especially if you have a blog. You can optimize your website and easily get found on Google. WordPress also have a lot of plugins and tools that integrate into your site, so you can change the design, you can get SEO tips, you can do so much more on WordPress. I promise you, WordPress is not a bad option if you're starting out. But here's the catch. Not everyone is tech savvy and feels comfortable using WordPress. Now, I personally think WordPress is easy to use, but I know that my skill level is very different from someone who is a creative entrepreneur, where your skills and what you enjoy doing is putting together an amazingly gorgeous wedding, not sitting and trying to figure out tech. Well, that's the con with WordPress. It does take some time to maneuver. So if you're working with a designer, chances are your web designer will know exactly what to do and what to put out. But if you're trying to do it on your own, you might be struggling a bit. So I wouldn't recommend WordPress in that case. However, if you have the option, do go with WordPress because it's definitely worth it to get your website just up and running on the best platform possible. The thing that I want to give you a tip is when you're working with your web designer, if your web designer has put up your website and you're not sure what to do after, ensure that they put together some sort of a training video, a walkthrough, and record it for your reference. Here's why that's important. What you don't want when you choose a website is you don't want a website that is nicely designed, but you're never able to go in and update it, or every time that you need to actually go in and update it, you have to hire a new designer. That's never where you want to be, because ideally, you should be updating content on your website yourself at least once a month so that Google is continuously crawling your site and it's more likely to be showing up in searches. So if you know that you have any tech issues, WordPress might not be the best option, but if you don't, definitely go with it. And if you go with it and you're struggling, get your web designer to do a tutorial that you can keep referring to. Now, the next one, my second highly recommended, is Showit. So Showit is a platform that I like because Showit gives you a little bit of both worlds. In that Showit, it's very pretty. Showit is gorgeous. There's so many templates and it works really well for visual entrepreneurs. So for example, photographers and wedding planners, right? It works really well. There's options to put in so many images on a beautiful platform. And here's the other part. The Showit blog is actually taking advantage of WordPress. So it's kind of linking through WordPress, but not really, you know what I mean, or maybe not. But what you get is you get the blog inside of WordPress without the WordPress technology when you go with Showit. So Showit is definitely an option you want to look into. It's easy to edit, but again, I'm saying that from my perspective. I've had some clients who said they didn't like Showit. I've had other clients that absolutely love Showit. So here's what you do. With any website, they usually have some sort of free trial, and I believe Showit does. Go on the site. I'll link it all below for you. Go on the site and test it out before you make a decision. That way you can see what behind it looks like and if it's something you feel comfortable with. And of course, always, you can get a designer to set it up and do a walkthrough so you have some reference material. At the end of the day, you always want to just select a website that is easy for you to use and access. Now, number 3 is going to be Squarespace. Now, I know Squarespace is hit or miss for some people, but I personally like it. I have a client on it that does really well. She's on the first page of Google. It's easy to get actually optimized to get your SEO going and get shown up in searches. It's all about the keywords that you use on your site at the end of the day. But I do like Squarespace. Now, Squarespace also has some limitations in other ways, but if you're looking for something that's easy to edit, easy to get started, Squarespace is definitely a good option for that. So that's why it's my number 3. Number 4, and this one's going to surprise a lot of people, is Wix. Now, here's why I've decided to include Wix. I personally, I'm not a huge fan of Wix. However, I've seen Wix from the early days. Like I remember when the early days when Wix had just started, because I used to use Wix in different capacity for different things. They were horrible. Sorry, guys. So Wix is one that I find a lot of wedding and event planners are on, right? Especially because if you're not tech savvy, because here's what Wix does really well. Wix allows you to actually build a site really easily. You can just drag and drop things, move the design around in seconds. It's so easy to edit. So in terms of ease of use, it is amazing. It is absolutely the top there, and you can get a really nicely designed site by yourself without hiring a designer, which is why I know a lot of people love it. Here's the cons, and this is one of the reasons where I didn't used to recommend Wix. Wix is very difficult to rank for SEO, and there are so many features and so many options that I used to have difficulty with when I'm working on my clients' websites. So for example, to do connections to other third parties, such as a mail-in list or just setting up their Facebook ad pixel, there's so many different things that used to be such a struggle. Here's what I have to give Wix their credits for. They've actually improved a lot of these over the years. Now, when you set up your Wix site, there's a lot more options to integrate it with other third-party options to get your site found. But here's something that Wix also added recently is that they now have like a full Google SEO setting that you're supposed to complete. Here's the other part though. Not a lot of clients who set up these easy Wix websites actually do that part. So even though they've done an amazing job of designing the site and putting it together, if you don't do the SEO portion, you're not going to get found online and you're not going to show up in searches organically. So at the end of the day, you have a very pretty website and then you're struggling to get found. You have to be paying for ads. You have to be on social media really trying to pump it out to get clients over to you. I want to do something that's a little unprecedented because if you're on Wix right now and you're not getting any traffic, I want you to actually comment below and I'll follow up with you. Because Wix does have the feature included, you just really do know how, you have to know how to use it. You have to know how to write your descriptions, your meta description, your site title, your headings to optimize it so that you can get found in the searches. And I know not everyone knows how to do this. This is why it helps to work with a designer sometimes. But in terms of ease of use, Wix has it down. So those are the 4 website platforms where if you're about to get started, if you're looking to switch, I would highly recommend you check out. I've given you the pros, I've given you the cons. Now it's up to you to make a decision. But of course, if you have any questions, drop them below and I'll answer them for you. Now, my niece said I should say this twice in every video, and so far I've only been saying it once, so I'll say twice for you today. If you haven't already subscribed, do that now. If you have not already subscribed, hit the button, get the notification so that you can get more videos like this one week after week.